Welcome to Do You Ever Wonder? The show that brings you answers to many of the questions that you may have, but with no one to ask. Do You Ever Wonder is hosted by Mike Haltman, CEO of Hallmark Abstract Service, who, like you, has always been deeply curious about a wide variety of topics. Each week, Mike will be speaking with guests who are leaders in their field and who have inspirational stories to tell. So now, sit back and enjoy the show.
Well, welcome everybody. It is indeed a pleasure to welcome today's guests. They are entrepreneurs. They are uh, in the AI space, but it's in a realm of something that is foreign to me because I'm a little older. And back when I was dating, we met women in bars. And apparently that's not the way of the world anymore. So I would like to introduce the founders of SciMatch, Yanina and Viktoryia Strylets. And I hope I pronounced that right.
Totally.
Oh, good. So uh, these two young ladies have developed an artificial intelligence platform where people can meet the love of their life and hopefully the love of their life, but in any event date based solely on an algorithm that utilizes facial features. Am I explaining that correctly?
Yes, SciMatch basically is a new generation dating app that uses its AI face reading technology to quickly assess personality traits of users reading their faces and match them based on who they truly are. So we are here to make the meaningful connections happen.
So it's astounding that if I took a picture of my face and how how does your algorithm look into my features and determine what I'm all about?
So because there is a connection between facial features and personality traits, we can educate deep neural networks on how people with specific character trait look like. Specific faces of people with specific character trait look like by giving them enough examples to analyze and learn. The same like the algorithm can learn how the tree looks like, right? By giving them, like, we just need to give them a lot of examples of how the tree looks like. Next time the algorithm will see the tree, it knows it's a tree. The same, we give them a lot of examples of faces of extroverted person, for example. And next time the algorithm see the person who is extroverted, the algorithm can tell, yes, this person is extroverted or not extroverted.
It's interesting. So is it based on the law of averages that if I'm going to use myself for a second. I have a
Mhm.
larger nose. So if I'm if I'm very empathetic, will the algorithm or whatever it is that investigates me, will it look at all big nosed people and say they're empathetic?
So we use holistic approach to predict personality traits. So we use the whole image and let the deep neural networks to identify patterns in the image. And as we know, all machine learning algorithms, they are black box. So we don't know really what drives the classification or predictions, right? But because there is a connection, we can go to physiognomists and ask, like, what does it mean that I have a big nose, right? But the algorithm will not tell you why that make one or the other decision. It's just like pick up some of the patterns in your face. It might be a big nose.
Or something less
Yeah,
subtle.
or something else. Yeah.
So it sounds like there's a lot. It's not just an algorithm. It sounds like there's more to it than just an algorithm. Like when I think of an algorithm, it's machine learning.
Yeah.
You think of the the quants on Wall Street who develop an algorithm, and the algorithm tells them what to do, when to do, based on a series of inputs that they put in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, did you create your algorithm, or you
Yes.
worked with someone who are, are you computer programmers? I mean, are you, wow.
So I have a degree master degree in data science and machine learning from Northwestern University. Vicky, she's computer scientist. She has degree from Stony Brook University.
My son went there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very
Yeah.
good. Love that.
So you created, you went through the thought process of what we should include, how it should be included. An algorithm is only as good as the inputs that are in it, correct?
True.
You're absolutely correct. But we built the algorithm based on already existed AI research, not like we invented the research itself. We just seen that a lot of research demonstrated that it could be done. And we see a significant potential in dating context because we usually want to know the personality of people we might go on a date with. And for example, if you're on Tinder and swiping, like you can judge the personality based on a look, but you're only 50% correct. Like you have a 50% success rate, right? And the
As a
algorithm
person.
as a person, like when you swipe in and you see like beautiful face or right, and you can see, oh, she might be outgoing. It's like 50% chance that you are correct,
Right.
but the algorithm can boost the accuracy to up to 90%. So it's a powerful tool and it's easy, so it will not doesn't require from you a lot of efforts other than taking your selfie.
So you don't actually fill in a profile. You don't say, I know that, again, my oldest daughter, she's 32. I'm not thrilled with her being on dating sites, but, it comes down to the creativity you put into the profile that you create. And
Yes.
Well,
See,
with SciMatch, we are actually, sorry to cut you off. With SciMatch, actually, we just add the chemistry into matchmaking equation. There are still some preferences that you can put in. You can put your bio. We can generate your bio. AI can actually generate the personality description of you, but you also can free write anything what you like about yourself. Be creative. We're not forcing people just to do our way. We just suggestion them, like we give them tools to
but
actually do better.
theoretically, they could just do it your way. I could give you my picture and you'll connect me with somebody.
Yes, definitely.
Fascinating. So, and I was thinking about this before, I'm watching the news and I see what's going on. And I know that before this was all going on, there was a lot of people don't like certain people, whether it's political, whatever it is. But that's a big thing. There are people who won't talk to somebody who has a certain political bias. So, assuming that it's just my face and that I don't write a bio, I got to believe that the algorithm can't discern what political leanings I have.
Great question. There is a positive correlation between openness and neuroticism and political views.
Wait, did you say
Studies show
neuroticism?
there's connection. So we can predict your political views based on your character trait, but we don't do that.
That's
I'm
interesting.
just saying, like, if you similar on certain character trait, probably you would have similar political views.
Really?
Yeah, but on our like Vicky mentioned before, you always can, if it's important factor for you, political views, like to be like, for example, it's not very important for me. I'm open to different political views. So even if my partner of different political views, I don't care. We can always have a healthy argument,
Right.
right? But if person feels like it's something important, they always can put it in preferences. Like, I want to find someone who is Democrat or Republican, and then they only see people who are Republican and Democrats and run the algorithm how compatible they are personality-wise with those people.
So if I put down a Republican, not
Yeah.
that I'm saying I am, but let's just say I wrote that down. You would run my match against other people, other women who said they were Republicans, but you would take only, you then, after that barrier was reached, then you would pick through facial somebody within that subcategory who was a match for me.
Yes.
You got it right.
That's I think that's fascinating. And I did mention to my daughter, I said, this sounds very interesting, but, and I don't know if this is something that you get often, but for some reason she wasn't interested, and I don't know why. It seems, I mean, it seems like it is worth a shot.
I
You
think
know,
like so we actually targeting people who actually trying to find a really like your person, like meaningful connections. We're not about like flirting or, I mean, you can do it, but we are here to facilitate
Right.
like high probability compatibility partners. And for some reason, not all the people are looking for this specific.
Well, she
Some
is.
people just, yeah, but I don't
I'm
know what.
going back to her. I'm gonna get her in. But so, and I forget which one of you. I think it was you, Victoria. You're actually dating someone who you were set up with through,
Yes.
and it's
Straight
going
up. Yes. It's like it's incredible how it works, like how effortless everything works when you mate and you don't put any work in it. It just flow, like everything goes in the right places in the right time. It feels like a magic. We match 91%. We went on a date. I already met his parents, and
nice.
it only like
How
when
long
I've been experiencing a lot of challenges before with other online website dating apps, which sometimes the person is really good on the paper, but then you meet and you just don't click. Like you want to, but
they
it doesn't.
just lie on their profile?
Yeah,
They say they're 6 foot when they're really like 5'3", and that's a problem when you meet in person, I think.
it is a problem.
But so there's online dating, and then there's SciMatch, but is there still traditional meeting in traditional places, or is that like pretty much not how it's done anymore?
Honestly, nowadays the online dating is the principal way we meet people, and
Interesting.
it's the new norm that we kind of have to accept. And so instead of resisting this change, we can actually help people to navigate the online dating space and giving them tools to succeed and stay safe, which is more
Now,
important.
100%. But now, if I go on your site and you fix me up with somebody and it doesn't work
Mhm.
out, how often can I go back?
uh, as often as you want.
Like, we're very confident in the algorithm. The only thing that might go wrong is your goals in life. This is what we're not predicting. Like, people could be at different stage in life. I want to stay dating, or the other person want to get married. Like, different stage in life. This is what we're not predicting. So if you come back, you can find another match, maybe less compatible or the same compatible with you.
So here's a question for you also. So
Mhm.
sometimes older men want to date younger women.
Mhm.
Sometimes younger men want to date older women. How is that? How do you build that into the algorithm, or is that something that you can't do?
You always can
Set up
uh set
preferences.
up your preference, yeah, the age range you're looking for. Like if the age range from 18, like 18 till I don't know, 35, you can put the preference and we'll show you the candidates who are in this age range.
That's great. So there's something for everybody.
Mhm. No.
Yeah,
How often do you tweak the algorithm, or is it pretty much?
it's constantly learning. Constantly learning, we want to improve it. So I think in a year or two, now it's 87% accurate. In a year, we aim in at least 95% accuracy.
And that's going to be a function of how many of having more people on the site using the site.
Not necessary. It's we're also adding a lot of data points to the algorithm and training constantly. So it's like most of it happening offsite.
Now, how do you come up with those data points that you put in?
We don't disclose the specific of data sets, but
No,
it's like volunteers who provided our self-reported data, plus licensed data, plus publicly available data.
open source.
Yeah, some of it are publicly available, but very small percentage, mostly volunteers and licensed data.
It's a world that's really so. To give you an idea of where I come from, I was in business school when the word processor just started,
Mhm.
and I was in 1994. I remember email just came out, so I'm not archaic, but this is certainly this AI is fascinating. It's I mean it's everything. Are there? Do you guys have competitors?
Uh,
On No, in this specific space, we are nothing like this have been created so far in dating space.
I think you have a. I think this has a lot of legs, but it's also got to be a fairly expensive endeavor.
um, to train the algorithm, it's expensive, but it's worth it. But it's not as expensive as, for example, training LLMs. You don't have to have billions and trillions of data points.
So you don't have. My question was in the direction of, do you have venture capital money, or you're funding this all by yourself?
So as of today, maybe it's gonna be changed tomorrow. So we saw bootstrapping. We've been bootstrapping, but we're raising now. We're in a fundraising mode.
That's great. And
Yeah.
how much are you looking to raise?
How much?
Yeah.
We haven't finalized the
Okay.
fundraising terms.
Right.
The least we're looking for is 750,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your first raise.
Yeah, basically allow us to penetrate the first US market, which will be New York City. And we'll go regionally to make sure that people meet and have a possibility to meet within the same region.
So is everybody who's in the database right now, they come from different places?
Like
Um,
we have most of the people, they're from New York, Los Angeles, Houston, but we have like people scattered around the world as well. But what we want in the first place for the people actually meet. So that's for that we need to roll out our go-to-market strategy, moving like strategically from one city to another city. So this will require venture funding.
Right. So if you have one person in Chicago, it doesn't
Mhm.
really help them necessarily. So your marketing, your all of your focus will be on one market.
Yeah, so as of today, we have like 90% of the people we have on the app is came to us without us spending any marketing budget.
Right.
So, but this is the consequences is they're everywhere. Like somebody heard about SciMatch in Chicago, someone in Texas, someone in Ohio, and like you mentioned, it's not going to help them unless we have a good pool of candidates in those places. So yeah.
I guess you could hire salespeople in those places.
Yeah.
Suppose.
Salespeople, or now it's easier to run social media campaigns, like
Right.
on TikTok, for example. We have this viral feature that lets you find someone who resemble your favorite celebrity. We
Okay.
call it Celebrity Crush.
That's
It's
interesting.
very popular on TikTok.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah.
When I
Well,
was growing up, my grandmother said I looked like Mac Davis. Have you had any other requests for a Mac Davis lookalike? And I'm
I,
guessing you don't even know who Mac Davis is.
to be honest with you, if you want to us to be honest with you, no.
I know. I threw it out there. I just wanted to bring my grandmother into it. But
But the reason is because we're coming from Eastern Europe, some of the people like stars or movie stars or any like pop culture is not very familiar to us. We're not very familiar with,
from Eastern Europe.
yeah.
So you do find a lot of people who are looking for someone who looks like someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. It's one of our popular feature that people using because it's actually is not about fun. It is fun. It is unique. But at the end of the day, we're looking for someone we can be visually attracted to as well. Not
Right.
only on personality level, right? It's not only about our personality, but also how like if we're attracted to each other visually. And this feature actually help people to optimize their partner search based on their type.
So let's say, and I'm not, but let's say I was looking for Taylor Swift lookalike.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her facial, the facial compatibility would still have to be there.
You will give you 5 candidates of that look like her, and you can run the algorithm to check how compatible you are with those 5 people, and choose the one that you're most compatible with, and ask her for a date.
That's great. And I
If
do
you're
have a,
compatible.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Victoria.
Oh no, sorry. I just
Huh. So you have a speed dating feature as well.
absolutely.
And
It's it's
how
a
does that
very popular also feature that lets you connect people in a real time.
So it's not, so I go to speed networking things where you meet someone for 5 minutes, and you meet someone else for 5 minutes. Same thing?
Same
Yeah.
thing, but virtually. And one bonus is that in real time, you also can check your compatibility and discuss it. Like, for example, now we're on a virtual date with you, Michael, right? And we have, like, we can ask Ruby,
Right.
we can ask Ruby if we're compatible, and we can discuss in real time what the Ruby said about your personality or my personality and how our relationship will look like. It's actually gives you a lot of icebreakers, so you don't feel as awkward anymore.
And how long does it take Ruby to give you the breakdown? My personality breakdown is already in the system.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to Sue, so's hers, and both of our profiles come up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. And
And
are people successful? Do you find a lot of matches that way?
So yeah, you can like just yesterday we created 10,000 new connections.
Wow. So how many people are in your database? Or you can give me a raw number. Is it under 100,000?
Yeah,
under,
and
yeah,
Under,
but we're growing and
no, I can only imagine. I mean, segments like you had, where did I see you on Fox?
mhm.
yeah, we had an article in Wall Street Journal and then Fox News. Mhm.
Where
And
did
many more, Business Insider, many more.
that one? No, you know what, and that's why I reached out to you guys because the concept is fascinating. I mean, really, and not just for people like me, but for the people who would actually use it. I got to imagine that. Do you find, so I'm the board chair of a charity, and when we're on a show, you see a huge influx of donations after that. Do you find
Mhm.
the same, that you get a lot of downloads of of the app right after a segment?
Yes,
Absolutely, yes. I've seen
because
quite.
people, first of all, people are curious, right? Some of the people register even to check their compatibility, check their personality profile. If the algorithm actually catch their personality accurately. So yeah.
So how long is it? I mean, I would love to see if the algorithm nails my personality. So I just take a picture, go on there, and it will download, it will spit out my personality traits.
Yeah,
Mhm.
few
And
seconds and you will have your profile.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
Mm.
yeah,
Now with AI, we can do everything effortlessly, right? Like now, for example, to write an email is much easier, even for like not native speakers or yeah,
You're
AI
talking,
helps in many ways.
you're talking about like a chat GPT.
Not
mhm.
yeah, any AI like
And not only this, AI reshaping the dating space fundamentally. It's enhancing safety, which is really important by detecting fraud. I can give you advice by analyzing your conversation and saying what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, how conversation goes, look into your compatibility, because when we online, we on our own. We don't like, it's very lonely space. We need someone to help you. And some people are getting really frustrated if they don't get matches or replies. Just we need someone there, even if it's an AI assistant, will give you, it's okay. A lot of people facing this just the same dilemma right now as you do. You just have to change your, the way that you speak, or like some give you some little suggestions, protect you, and match you with the people who are really compatible with you. It's basically,
Your AI assistant is Ruby.
yeah.
So if I'm in a speed dating
mhm.
situation on the app, and when can I ask Ruby, how did my conversation go?
As of now, she can only tell you how compatible you are, but we are on our roadmap. We are right now trying to implement the new feature that will analyze your body language, your little facial impressions to actually give you advice. Like, if the person, it's actually interesting if the person is lying to you right now, is there any red flags? Overall, we're trying to actually make this space safe and give, like, AI is helping. Like, it's will be foolish not to use AI to this extent in the space that it needed the most. When people have to,
I think
um,
the body language piece is phenomenal. I know that in typical day-to-day life, body language is huge. You know, the nonverbal cues that a lot of people don't typically pick up on, but if you can pick that up, what I think lying is what you blink a lot.
yeah, when you blink a lot, you like some people touch the nose, like it's some subtle. Mm-hmm.
That's if I mean, if you can combine all of these things, you guys are going to be like the matchmakers extraordinaire. So
That's what we hope for.
speaking of that, so I know that the majority of your platform is free.
Yes.
Yes.
How are we going to monetize it so that you two become exceedingly wealthy?
So
So
we monetize on different social experiences that we mentioned, like Celebrity Crush. This is the feature that costs you money, but not a little small money,
How
right?
much
For one,
does it me to find a celebrity lookalike?
uh, 199 cost to run one photo of celebrity and get 5 candidates.
$1.99.
$1.99.
I would say that's de minimis.
Um,
That is a de minimis number if I'm looking
yeah,
for my Taylor Swift lookalike.
mhm.
or
uh,
else
also the thing is, when you go on like on platform, so basically you have 5 chances to run algorithm to see the compatibility with the people. After that, it's have to be like premium.
Right.
It made also for people to slow down, stop like browsing, make it more, like people will be more thoughtful about the dating. And also we just monetize on technology that we created and something that we all stand out, but we give a lot people a lot of features for free that other dating apps monetize on, like set up your preferences. It's absolutely free here in our platform. We don't monetize on people frustration, like, oh, just accidentally swipe on someone, I want to bring them back, and oh my god, what I'm gonna do. No, we only monetize on something unique that we created and put a lot of personal time, effort, money, and
So now
so,
you guys have day jobs, or is it? Day job?
Now we're fully committed to SciMatch.
That's great. That's great. So the 750,000 you're looking to raise,
Mm-hmm.
you do have people who are somewhat interested, or are you looking for introductions to people who might be able to help?
We have people interested,
Okay.
but we're always looking for introductions as well. But
Smart. That's great. I actually have an idea of someone who I'd like to introduce you guys to.
that's
that was
awesome. We would love to talk to them.
Okay, that's
Um,
great. That's great. But you know what? I think, and again, I think I'll tell my wife I'm doing it, but I think I might upload my picture because I would love to know what personality you ever, there's a personality thing, it's, where it puts you into a specific square. I forget what that's called, but, this is much better. And I am definitely going to try it. And I know that you guys are going to be unbelievably successful because you're driven, you're smart, and there's no
okay.
chance you're not going to be. So
so much, Michael. And please let us know if we depicted your personality accurately.
I will.
Don't get in trouble with your wife.
No, 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 I'll let you know, and I'll get her to upload her picture too. I know we were compatible by the signs of the zodiac, but I don't know
Mm.
how we are by facial. But we will check it out, and you know what? In a few months or 6 months or whatever, I would love to have you guys back on to find out how everything's going.
We would love to come back. I would love to share our news, our updates.
And anything I can do to help, you know what? You guys are great, and I would love to help you. So.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for invitation. It was really fun conversation.
Really great questions. We covered all of it, and you have really curious mind. That's
Oh,
very
thank you.
nice.
And I'll think of some more. I'll email them to you. You guys take care and keep knocking them dead.
Thank you. I will.
Thank you for listening to Do You Ever Wonder? And we hope that you enjoyed the show. Next week, we will have another terrific guest telling their story. And if there are any specific topics you'd like to hear more about, please don't hesitate to let us know. Our curiosity, like yours, knows no bounds. Please subscribe and like and share this episode on your social media. See you next week.